Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm going to go ahead and call in Archangel Michael to cleanse the space, to clear out all negative and lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, placing the white light of protection around us with this blue seal. As well as I want to call in the Pleiadians, because we had read and learned about the 4 evolutionary period principles from the Pleiadians, but I want to just highlight and just focus 100% on those principles for this, so that we have a video just for that. So again, this is on chapter 4 of the Pleiadian workbook, Awakening Your Divine Ka, and this is where Ra is speaking. So he talks about the 4 evolutionary principles. And the first one states, the human purpose on earth is to evolve physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Number 2, every human being has a divine essence made of light and love, whose nature is actually goodness. So that's your I am presence, your God, your I am presence. Let's leave it at that. Christ consciousness, whatever you'd like to say. So number 3, free will is an absolute universal right, and impeccability calls on the self to surrender its free will to divine will in faith and in trust. And number 4, all natural existence is sacred beyond how it serves or meets the needs of an individual self. So all natural existence is sacred beyond on how it is actually serving yourself, like people that are, cutting down rainforests or whatever the case may be. And I also wanted to focus on the 4 different different types that can help us to impact our 4 different spiritual truths. So the 7 primary karmic patterns need to be cleared. And crystals and gemstones, they suggest to help you with all this. And it states, and that's also to help you to excel and to be able to knock out and be able to do all those 4 evolutionary principles, as they suggested, crystals and gemstones. So it states the 7 primary karmic patterns that need to be cleared in order for you to transcend. Number 1 is arrogance. There is no ego in the 5th dimension, so it is not something that can come with you. You can have it take a back seat on your shoulder. You want to thank it because it got you through some very difficult times in your life and protected you. But it is no longer needed in the 5th dimension. Number 2 is addiction. So addiction is a wide range. It's really anything that you are utilizing as a coping tool to get you through. So that might be drinking, it might be drugs, it might be overeating, it might be over shopping, it might be cheating, watching porn. Whatever that addiction is that you are doing excessively so that you can cope and live in this world, you need to get to the root of the shadow work first. And I'm somebody who had dealt with stuff like that, so I know that you have to deal with the shadow work first, because there's a coping mechanism that you're doing those things for, to dull that pain. You aren't just born with those addictions. You created them because you had a pain in you that you hadn't dealt with. So by dealing with the pain, whatever type of trauma that you've endured, by dealing with it, facing it, releasing it, forgiving the people that needed to be forgiven, and letting it go, and understanding that it was a lesson meant to teach you how to evolve and grow and gain wisdom, and stop looking at it as a negative. That is why we're on this planet, is to learn these lessons and to grow and to become a more higher evolved person. So number 3 is prejudice of any kind. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If you feel that you are better than someone else for whatever reason, then that is a prejudice, and that needs to go, because again, that comes along with arrogance, the ego. None of that exists in the 5th dimension. Number 4, hatred of any kind. So any type of hatred that you're holding in your heart for anybody. You got to release it, let it go, understand they're all divine beings of light. This is a planet of duality. We have to learn both good and bad of our shadow work in order to get to the light. So just understand they're in their darkness and then send them love. So number 5 is violence. No need explanation. Number 6 is victimhood. If you are holding yourself as a victim and making it seem like, woe is me and, oh, I had a rough life, well, guess what? That's what you signed up for, and understand that you are much smarter and wiser as a result of that, and you need to, again, release it. And I'm not trying to downplay anything that anybody's saying. Just for the sake of the video, I'm trying to rush through these. And then number 7 is any sort of shame that you're holding for yourself or shame for anyone else. So will be brought in, and these will be consistently brought to you until you face and deal with them. So you're going to get that reoccurring coming up, that karmic pattern coming up until you face and deal with it. And it's for your best and highest good. Love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.